Hello again, it's your girl Esther, and this is Esther Spills. Thanks for joining me again, and don't forget to like if you enjoy my content. Okay, so today I'll be having a step-by-step guide to apply for the 2021 MEXT Teacher Training Program, and that will be in harmony with some of the questions I've gotten from I've gotten on the comment section in my previous video about the MEXT Teacher Training Program. Well, now talking about applying for the teacher training program, let's assume you have all your documents ready. I mean, you have your international passports now, you already have your recommendation letter from your boss at your place of work or from your school, you have your transcripts ready, you have your official diploma or certificate ready. Let's assume you have all that ready. Now, on the link to the scholarship announcement, there is the application form. Okay, please print it out and fill. Good thing, like the different sections are written in English and Japanese, so you know what you're supposed to write: your name, your first name, and this, your date of birth, and all that. Please make sure you don't omit or miss any of the different sections. You must answer all your questions accurately. Okay, so fill in the form accurately, step by step. Take your time. Okay, now after filling out that form, okay,
I don't think it's, first of all, I think it's possible to fill it online, but I think it's best to print it out and then just write it in yourself. Okay, write neatly, don't just write chaka chaka. Write it neatly so they can read it. Okay,
and then now your medical certificate. Okay, you have printed it, you have taken it to the hospital, you've run all the tests, you've been screened, and the doctor signs that you're fit to go. Fine, that is done, so keep that aside. Next is your course selection form. There is a link to get that in the scholarship announcement, but if you don't have that, I think I've sent to a couple of people where the course selection form is, where you can see the universities you can apply to and what courses they're offering. I have a little bit of advice, okay? If you see these universities and you've seen a course that you're really interested in doing, like a research field you want to do in the program, it doesn't hurt to write an email to the professor, okay, to just inform them that you want to do this research. And because sometimes it might be that the professor is not on seat. I remember in my time, the professor who was supposed to handle my research was away on, I think, sabbatical leave or something. So good thing they had to tell the embassy, oh, is she willing to work with some other person, special girl, is she willing to work with some other person? And then I had to change. I kind of had to change my research in the end, but that's a long story. Okay, so that was what happened. So, but it's not wrong to write an email to the professors in any of the universities you want to apply for, and based on the response, you see, that gives you an added advantage.
and gives you a boost, I'm on the highway, so you're on the right track and you can just apply.
All right, now there was a question about someone asked what courses we did during the, I guess I'm done with the application, right? Yeah, I'm done with the application. Now let's talk about the program itself. Okay, so when we got here, first of all, the first 6 months was intensive Japanese learning. So I started from the scratch. I mean, the very scratch. I learned how to write the hiraganas, katakanas, and all that. So I started from the scratch to learn how to write, before learning how to read, before learning how to speak and all that. So that was really, it was super intensive. I mean, every day we're having tests, quizzes every morning, kanji quizzes and all that. It was really, really exhilarating, but it was fun at the time. I was enjoying it because it was, a brand new thing for me, so I really liked it. So, and I'm sure you'd like it. Okay, so after those first 6 months of intensive Japanese learning, then you begin to take education related courses. Remember, it's teacher training program, right? So the essence is to improve your teaching skills, or maybe open your eyes to the Japanese educational sector or Japanese way of teaching. So you see things you can learn and take to your home country. You're also afforded the opportunity to tell or to like mention some things within your home country, like give ideas, how things are done, how certain subjects are taught in your country, just all those kind of stuff, like, you learn, you share, you learn, you share. It's always like a give and take. Okay, so instead we did some education courses. So this program, you're supposed to do courses in curriculum depending on your university and their choice, their course combination. Okay, so you get to do courses in educational methods, you do courses in educational administration. This is not international, this is Japanese. Okay, educational administration, educational methods, specialized subject research. You also do observational tours and practice. You do teaching practice just like we do back home. So you do that, you go to visit schools. We got to visit about how many schools? But it was like every term, was it every month or like every 2 months we had to visit a school. Okay, so in the initial time we're just going for observation, just observe the students, observe the teachers. For some schools we toured the educational facilities. There was this nice school that had this STEM building specifically for anything about STEM. Oh my god, you need to see their classrooms. They were top notch. Like, I was like, what am I doing here? Okay, so you get to do all that. Then towards the end of the program, you get to do your teaching practice. At this time, you're expected to make use of all what you've learned the past 1 year. So your supervisor want to see how much you've been listening in class, how much you've been taking notes, and how much you're taking notes of what you observed in your previous visits to this school. So you get to do like a teaching practice. Yeah, you teach, you have real life children listening to you, Japanese kids. So it's your first time to really get to like teach and see what it feels like to teach in Japan. So there's also classroom teaching. All the courses, the educational courses, I think I did 2 major educational courses, and they covered these different aspects: classroom teaching, educational assessment, learning systems and theories, school management, school financing, and all that. So these are the courses we all did.
Forgive me, we did them in Japanese. Most of the time I did not know what we're doing. Okay, no, I knew, I'm just kidding. Okay, so
you're doing all this, the educational courses. I think it depends on the school, but for my school, we did these courses in Japanese. So it assumed that the past 6 months they had given me like a foundation of the language, and then I was also doing my intensive Japanese language course alongside the education program. So you'll be doing that. So it was very, very hectic, but it was fun though. Yeah, it was fun. It was nice. Okay, so we had all that. It's just basically education, and that leads me to one of the questions I got from the comment section: what areas of research you should do in your research proposal? And that's a very good question. It's a very important question, because your research proposal determines if you're going to be invited or awarded a scholarship. So like I've mentioned, if you're going to be learning courses in educational management, educational administration, in classroom management, classroom control, financing, behavioral activities, behavioral observation, and all that, it means your research plan should be something related to education. I mean, it doesn't matter, like, even if your field of study is physics, chemistry, maths, French, or anything, but still, because you're a teacher, right, and it's assumed or it's expected that you're going back to contribute to the educational sector in the country, so it's very logical for your research proposal to center mostly on education. Find a problem in the educational sector in your country. So think about your country's educational sector. Now you're in your country. What are some areas you think you need improvement? What are some areas your country is lagging behind? Just think of ways you can effect positive change in the educational sector of your country when you come back. Okay, so first of all, think of a problem. Okay, I always tell people, research is always about finding a problem and proposing a solution. Okay, so find a problem you think your country has now in its educational sector, and then help them see how coming to Japan or doing this program will help you solve this problem, or at least minimize the strain of this problem in your country's educational sector. That is it. That is what is expected of you in your research proposal. Okay, so there is no hard and fast rule like it has to be this, it has to be that. So just think of something that is educational, that is related to education since you're going to teach, and then work on that. Some people did like an extension of what they did in their first degree, like an extension of their first degree research, and then they came to Japan and like did like an advanced research on that. I don't know, I'm just saying, but yeah, some people did that. I didn't do that. Okay, I did a brand new different thing. But okay, initially I had wanted to do something on the effect of study abroad on international students in Japan, like that was what I had in mind. Okay, so remember I told you that the initial professor was actually on sabbatical, so I had to work with another professor who is one of the best professors you can think of in Japan. But towards the end of the program, I had to I changed, which is also possible. Okay, the fact that you have chosen this research plan doesn't mean you must do it when you come to Japan. Like most of us, when we came to Japan, we're like, wow, we have a bigger problem back home. So you can even change your research once you get here. Okay, so just have something that can bring you here first of all, and then when you get here, you can elaborate on your research, change it, move a different direction, whatever field it is. But that is just it. My research was on the effective use of songs in teaching Japanese as a foreign language. Okay, so think about that. Think about it. In Japanese, not English. So that's really hard work. Okay, so depending on the schools, for some universities you get to do your research in English and defend in English. For some universities you get to do your research in Japanese and perhaps defend in English. But for some other universities, like the one I went to, you have to research in Japanese, write in Japanese, think in Japanese, and defend. God, I can't believe it's over a year it happened. It was. That's just it. Because I don't have any word to define or describe what happened on my defense day. But I'm glad it's over. And guys, you can do it. If I could do it, you guys will do more. You do much more. You might even do better if you work hard. Okay, so that is that about the teacher training program. The MEXT. Please guys, hurry up. I heard the deadline for application is February 7th or 11th or so, but I think it's best to hurry because towards the end they can decide to just stop anytime. So try as much as possible to send in your applications by 31st of January, at least before the end of January. Okay, try and get it in there. Okay, if you think it's going to delay, send it by DHL or FedEx, send it straight to the embassy, or if you live already in Abuja, just take it to the embassy and submit it there. Okay, now I may not have answered all your questions, but these are the questions I could remember based on what I saw in the comment section, which means if you have more questions, comment below. All right, so that is it for today, and I don't have much to say, but just want to wish you all the best. And if you have other questions, please feel free to ask me. Okay, leave them in the comment section and I will get right back at you. Or you could just join me or follow me on my Instagram page at Esther_Spills. Okay, it's just a new page too, and it's all about scholarship opportunities and a lot. And some of the scholarships I've not mentioned here are there, so you can just go see them and decide to apply. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and yes, until I come your way next time, it's your girl Esther saying be nice, sayonara.